ready to record, light, smile, yee. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, check, mic, check, microphone, check. Are we ready? Ready, loosen the lips. The Human Torch was denied a bank loan. All right, here we go. Hey guys, welcome in to another Kingdom Hearts in unusual way. Retake, redo, cut here. Okay. Hey guys, it's me, BJ Bernsey, and welcome to another brand new edition of Kingdom Hearts in Unusual Ways. Alrighty. I have recovered from my hangover from last week, and just in time to bring you something special I thought we could do. Basically, what I thought would be nice is to give you sort of a behind-the-scenes look at sort of what I do when I'm like editing and producing these videos, right? So, basically, I'll just go run through from start to end. So, I am essentially setting everything up initially on what's called OBS. And OBS is essentially a recording tool. It lets you record anything that you're streaming. It has video and audio input and all this stuff. So that's what I'll do. I'll just set up my display over there, and I'm not going to walk you through all that. But once I have that set up, I just hit record, and then it just starts recording anything I'm doing on the screen and anything I'm saying. And then obviously my webcam and all that, it takes that in too. So once that's done, I open, once I have my recording, right? I open DaVinci Resolve, and that is my video editing software. I am on a free version because I don't particularly need a lot when I'm doing video editing. I just started, video editing recently. I think if I keep going with this and I'm digging it, and maybe a year from now, whatever, if I start getting more fancy schmancy with my videos, then I might pay for the pro version or Premiere version or whatever it's called, or I might get Adobe Premiere, which is like the real fancy schmancy stuff. But as it stands, I have here my sort of edit screen, right? So, and this is from last week, so you'll see everything in here already. But essentially, I'll have like my main video that comes directly from OBS. I'll import that into here. It shows up on this timeline. And then sometimes, like for this one, for example, I have like the border elements. So for that, it's actually like super easy. You just, as long as you have the photo and it's saved somewhere on your computer, you just kind of open your Finder, and then you just you drag it. You just basically drag it onto the timeline, and bam, it's in your project now. So from there, you can select the layer that it's on. So if I wanted, to put this on, if I wanted to hide this behind some other element visually, then I could move it up or down. And then, and DaVinci is cool because you have, video editing software in general is cool because you have your, your visual stuff, your photos and videos and stuff, and that's all up here in this half of the timeline. And then the bottom half, you'll have all the audio, right? So, and then you can split those as well. So normally they are linked together. So when you edit, the video, the audio from the video is going to be edited too. But you can separate those anyways. So what I'll do is I'll bring in the video from my, last recorded piece of content. And then I will, trim it up if needed. This specific project requires it requires the videos to not be edited, so it syncs up with the time thing that I'm going for, because I'm doing the play at 1.5 speed and all that. So, yeah, but if I wanted to edit, I could chop things up and all that. which I can kind of show you up here, because when I edit these, I'll also put in the intro theme, right? Which I still need to re-record, but that is right here, right? So as you can see, I've imported the video and the audio. It comes in as one thing. And then what I've done though is, since the video is like since the song rather is like actually kind of longer than I like it to be, I cut it off at when I'm done with the lyrics in the video. So as soon as that third refrain, plays through, or third or fourth, I want to transition into my the main video and out of the intro theme, right? And so to do that, I basically had to so this is longer normally, right? But what I did is I came in here and I just said, okay, shorten that by that much, right? So now that's short. But then I also needed the audio to be unlinked, because I wanted a sort of fade from the audio from the intro theme into my audio from the video. And so to do that, I have the audio track down here from the intro theme, and I basically introduced a fade here. And then I said, okay, we're gonna start fading as soon as the video, cuts out, and then the actual new video cuts in. Start the fade there, and then you can adjust like the timing right here. So like you can say how long it takes to fade out, and then by how much you want it to fade out. So that's what I did there. By the way, hotkeys are amazing. If you can learn hotkeys, shortcut keys, that's gonna save you so much time. Number one hotkey shortcut is Control Z or Command Z if you're on Mac. That's your undo button. I use it so much. I am undoing everything all the time. And then, by the way, if you want to redo something, it's Shift Control Z or Shift Command Z. I believe. On some things it is. I might have to check on this, but yeah. And there's a few more hotkeys actually. I love hotkeys, shortcuts. Obviously, Control C, Control V still works here. So like if I wanted to, I don't know why I would want to do this, but like say I wanted to take this whole, clip right here, I could copy that and then, come over here and then paste that, and it pastes right where the timeline marker is. See that vertical line? So just paste the whole thing, right? And then I mentioned how, maybe you want to unlink your audio from your video, right? So you can do that a couple different ways. There's a hotkey for it. I don't remember. It's Control-Alt-L, I guess. Sometimes, I don't know. There's some things I just don't bother memorizing the shortcut for. But you can unlink them here, and then that will let you move them independently of each other. You have, one of my favorites is Control-B, which should probably talk about this first. So say if I'm like editing and I want to, I don't know, let's say right here at this point, I want to like throw in a meme, or just a quick cut to a meme that takes up the whole video. So what I would do is I need to split this whole thing in two basically. So I can go right here to the blade edit mode and click that. And now wherever I click, it's going to split that video. So let's click right here. Boom. Okay, and now we're gonna click back to the pointer. So now, see this? It's split in two. So that's cool. So now I can move this over, and then right here, I could bring in, I could drag and drop a photo or whatever meme I wanted to put in here, and then just fill in this space. And then I would need to, move this to adjust to match it. So that's cool, right? So what if I wanted to, what if I didn't want to click this razor tool every time? Well, you can click Control B, as in BJ. So that will, wherever your timeline line marker thing is, I forget what this is called, wherever that is, when you hit Control B, boom, it does the same thing, but instantly, right? So now you have two different things you can move around. So yeah, and then we're going to Control Z that, stitch them back together. A couple other things. if you want to scroll horizontally, right? Because normally when you use your scroll wheel, it's like, you know, it only goes vertical. So like down here, I'm scrolling up and down. But if I wanted to scroll horizontally, I can hold Control and scroll, right? So it'll go left and right. And then if I wanted to zoom in to get more precise editing, I can do Alt and scroll, right? So that's a zoom feature. So yeah, that's cool. What else? And then we can do, we have all kinds of like sound effects and visual effects that we have over here we can bring in. So those are fun. More editing stuff up here. I'm not, this is not necessarily a DaVinci Resolve tutorial. I do not have the qualifications for that. I only know the basic stuff. But yeah, so that's what I do for that. And then once I'm ready to finalize everything, once I'm ready to, you know, publish the video, I need to export this, right? So you can do that a couple different ways. You know what's fun is I used to, when I first started using this, I went up here and then I went to quick export, and you can actually, there's a setting for YouTube and you just export it from here. I think it's lower quality this way than like how you're supposed to do it. It is quicker, but technically how you're supposed to export your videos is go over here to deliver, and then you can give your video a name, and then you add to render. Oh, and then you can change all the video settings up here. You add to render queue, and it goes over here, and then you render all, and it renders your video, and then boom. From there, you'll have a MP4 or whatever, you know, file format you wanted. So from there, I can go to my browser, which I'm using Chrome. I know Firefox is probably better, but I just am so used to using Chrome. For those at home, try to use Firefox instead. Chrome takes up so much resources. So many resources? So much resource? I don't know. But anyways, I will go to YouTube. I will open up, or I'll sign in. So you can see here's all my videos that I have. Look, my Octopath streams and my Alan Wake streams that I just started recently. Yay. Go check those out if you like those games. And then we go up here to create. We're going to upload video, and then you will drag your video that you just made. Let's see, right here. And then YouTube is going to bring up all this, and there's a couple neat things in here. So you can change your title. You want to put a description here. But I will, typically what I'll do is I'll hit reuse details just to get started, right? And so with that, I can click on a prior video. I'm going to reuse everything, title, description, playlist, remix, category, all that. Reuse, and then now it brings in all my information from my last video. So what this helps with is like with a description, most of this stays the same week to week. I only change a couple words there. So it's great to sort of have that just right there instantly. And then the title, you know, obviously I'll change that. And then the thumbnail. And for the thumbnails, listen, I'm not a graphic designer at all. Visual design is not my medium. I know like audio stuff, I know music. I don't know art, visual art. So I use Canva, which it gets a lot of hate apparently in the art community, but I don't know, I think it's fine. Sue me. But I'll just mock up something in Canva and then, you know, save that and then upload it here. That'll update the thumbnail. And then you can put it in a playlist. And then, oh, you have to make sure you say if it's meant for kids. No, it's not. None of my videos are child friendly. Sorry. And then you add some settings here. I'll usually add an end screen. So, you know, at the end of the video, it'll pop up with these buttons. You can click. One lets you go to my profile. One just gives you a video, another video on my profile that you can check out, or my channel profile. And then this is where it's going to tell me if I have any copyright issues, and right now this is not a huge concern for me because even if I do have copyright issues, it's like I'm not monetized or whatever, so I don't care. It'll say like, this is fine for now because, you know, people aren't watching your shit, so it's not a big deal. But it says like, if you do get monetized, just know you're gonna have some problems. So that's where I'm like, okay, whatever. And then visibility. So this is where I say, do I want it to publish now, or do I want it to be scheduled for a later date? And then and that's that. So we'll close that, and then I gotta make sure this doesn't actually publish. Cancel. Yeah, cancel upload. Cancel upload. Okay. So, and that's pretty much it, y'all. From beginning to end. So it's OBS, and then recorded, and then DaVinci, and then edit, and then publish, and then hop over to YouTube and upload it there. And that's it. That's been the behind the scenes for my Unusual Ways videos. For other videos, I'll typically do more editing. So before I started doing the weekly, the commentary and the commentary whole thing. Before I started doing that, I was doing like the Flash game stuff. That required more editing. Like I needed music put in. I needed certain edits to be done, chopped up, and whatnot. So that was a little more intensive. Nothing crazy, but yeah. So that's been the video. As always, adapt, overcome, and we'll be back next week. All right, bye guys. All right, so we'll stop recording that. Big stretch. Big stretch. Ugh. Ugh. Shit. Oops. Oh, I gotta piss like a pissy boy. All right, time to edit that one.